Good morning. Good to be with you again this morning, and welcome to another live this morning here. We'll just wait a moment or so. You know me, I love to say hi to a few folks, and Brenda, you're the first one up this morning. Brenda, good for you. Good morning, Mike, Rosalinda. Nick is on with us this morning, and Andrea from Niagara Falls, and John, our friend from Elgin, Illinois, and Nativity. Good morning to you. Kim from Timmins. Good morning, Kim. Brenda. Phyllis. Nice to have you on. We appreciate it. We really do. A couple of things we're going to talk about this morning. Jocelyn from Sturgeon, Lori Lee from Ventura, California. We appreciate you coming on bright and early, Lori Lee. Lynn from Nova Scotia, Helena, and Harriet. Salut. Nice to have you on, Harriet. Linda. Nice to have you too. Donna from Newfoundland. And Heather. Good morning, Heather. How are you? Jordan, our dear friend from Tennessee. And Deb, good morning. The Pillow Prophet's with us this morning. Sean, how are you, buddy? Troy, our good friend from Newfoundland, Dr. Troy. How are you, Troy? Good to have you on. Roshan. And we appreciated Melody, Lorraine, and Barb. Good morning to you, Barb. Nice to have you with us. And I believe from Alberta, right, Barb? Nellie? Hey, we appreciate it. Okay, let's get going. We got a couple of things. Mila from Toronto. We forgive you, Mila, if you're from Toronto. Sharon and Mammy. And Mammy, where are you from? Shelley from New Brunswick. And Colleen Wheatley. Good to have you guys. Okay. Study came out. Okay. And I'll come on and say hi to the rest of you later. Lori, another Lori this morning. Good morning from Elliott Lake. Nice to have you on with us this morning. Listen to this, guys, because what we're going to do today, and we're going to continue on with the brain. But this is a brand new study. Came out. I saw it this morning. DHA, omega-3, listen to this, brings things past the blood-brain barrier like a bouncer. So we talked about that. The brain is protected. You have a barrier right around your brain. We knew nothing about these things. We knew there was a blood-brain barrier, but when I was in school in the 70s, we talked about the blood-brain barrier, but we didn't even know what we were talking about. But today we know so much more. And one of the things that your blood-brain barrier, it's made up. What is it? What is that barrier? It's like the barrier in your gut, between your gut and your blood. And you have a barrier between your blood and your brain. Your body is unbelievably, fearfully and wonderfully made. It's so unreal. Think of the intelligence of the human body. Unbelievable. And you have a barrier there in order to protect the brain. What this study is showing is that when you take omega-3, and look, all omega-3 is good. But the Cadillac of omega-3 is DHA. Why is that? It's a longer chain fatty acid, and it's just like, if you've gone into a nightclub and you got bouncers there, and you know the bouncer, and he says, okay, you can come. The rest of you got to stand in line. You come in here. When you take the DHA, you got a bouncer on your side. Your brain needs DHA so much, and it knows it instinctively, innately, that DHA readily crosses the blood-brain barrier. It's the bouncer. Now, this study was saying, oh, that's really important because the pharmaceutical industry is probably looking at taking DHA, omega-3, and remember what I've said to you. It's really important you understand the difference of these things. DHA and EPA are longer chain fatty acids, with DHA being the longest, and they are found only in the animal kingdom. They're not in plants. So when someone tells you to be a vegetarian, someone tells you to be a vegan, how can that be? How can that be science? It's not. It's indoctrination. So don't believe it for 1 second, guys. Okay? Because if you know a vegetarian, a lot of young people today, vegetarians, vegans, and they're indoctrinated, make sure they're supplementing. Make sure they're supplementing. Because they don't get DHA, omega-3. So DHA, what the pharmaceutical industries are doing, according to this study, is they're going to look at taking their medication, like we talked about this even yesterday, where it says the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration in the United States, according to the New York Times, has reached a new low. And the reason is because they approved a medication for Alzheimer's that really doesn't work, but they approved it. And the reason they approved it, even though their committee, these drugs go through a committee of scientists, and 10 out of 11 said, hey, no way, Jose. But the FDA approved it. And the reason is because the FDA knows that physicians are screaming for a drug for Alzheimer's. They, instead of looking at the diet, instead of looking at the things that we'll talk about even today, they don't look at that stuff. It's not a drug. They can't patent it. There's no money in it. And I get it. The pharmaceutical companies, come on. They're public companies. They got to answer to their shareholders. And they're looking for things they can patent. I can understand that. But that doesn't make it right that the FDA actually approved a drug that does not work. They reached a new low. But here's what they're going to be doing now, is they're going to try and get probably maybe even this drug and attach it to omega-3. They're going to attach it to omega-3. Because they know omega-3 crosses the blood-brain barrier. The DHA crosses. Nobody can stand up to the big guy. Because your brain is saying, hey, you're my friend. So isn't that interesting? On the heels of what we've talked about in the importance of DHA, we talked about DHA and cancer and how it destroys tumors. When I blew your socks off a few days ago with the study on DHA and how it poisons the tumor. That is one of the most significant advances in medicine. Cancer. So guys, eat your fish, eat your steak. And people ask me, Well, I have fish every day, guys. I have fish every day in a capsule. You know, and I get a lot of DHA. I want to protect my brain. So, we talked about this. Let's a little bit of review. Sugar destroys the brain. Crappy carbohydrates with sugars and those synthetic oils are very destructive to your brain. They kill your microbiome. They change the blood-brain barrier. They saturate your, they show that sugar, I showed you that, it starts creating amyloid plaque in the cerebral cortex, in the deep center of your brain, and then goes over to your hippocampus, the memory center of your brain. Okay, so what else do we do? Here's another one, really important. Okay? Really important. Sleep. Sleep. Now listen, when you sleep, and I don't mean sleeping pills, okay? When you take a sleeping pill to sleep, you're not getting any of the brain repair that needs to. Remember, when you sleep, there's two organs, primarily, that get repaired. The night shift comes in. They work while you sleep. One is your liver. One is your liver. Your liver works at night to clean. It works the night shift. But your brain, and we've talked about this, guys, your glial cells, your brain has its own lymphatic system. And we call them glymphatics, because glial cells work the night shift, but you need to be sleeping in order for it to work. They don't come in if you're not sleeping. And they take out, remember, you know, as I've told you in the past, your brain is headquarters, 25% of all your food goes to your brain like taxes. And your brain takes that chunk of your food that you eat and it uses it. Whenever you have a manufacturing plant, guys, I don't know much about manufacturing, but I know this. The more energy that you've got debris. You've got debris. You have a manufacturing plant, you've got energy being produced. Well, they have debris from that. And your body is so smart. It has glial cells. We didn't know anything about glial cells. I never even heard of them till a couple of years ago. I didn't even know they existed in your brain. But the better the microscopes, the more they find out, you know, the more they find out how unbelievable your body is. So your brain has these glial cells, but they only work when you sleep. And if you take a sleeping pill, you're not sleeping. You're sedated. That's a complete different, you're knocked out. You might as well get in the ring with George Foreman. It'll knock you out. Okay, I'm knocked out. Do you think you're sleeping? No, you're sedated. It's a big, big difference. And those glial cells don't work. They're not working. You're sedated. You put them to sleep too. So, guys, I know there's so many millions of people hooked on sleeping pills. Nah. Oh, yeah, but Doc, I can't sleep. Well, you're not sleeping. You're sedated. It's a big difference. And I feel sorry for people that have trouble sleeping. I do. I'm sympathetic. I understand that. Listen, I'm on your side. I want you to sleep. But it's another reason to get Viderma. Get in the sun. You make melatonin. Your body has the ability. Your body makes melatonin, but it makes more when you get in the sun and let your eyeballs see the sun. So sleep's really important. Sleep's really important. I just give you this about sleep because this is a new study that came out here. I flagged it. Sleep in the brain. And this is more for the heart, but I'm just going to bring it out because this was published in the journal of Circulation. 40,000 people were followed for 10 years. If you were a good sleeper, okay, this is according to the Journal of Circulation, following 40,000 people, the people who slept 7 to 8 hours. So if you're wondering how long, well, everybody's a little bit different, but generally, because some people think they don't need as much sleep. But sleep, by the way, for a lot of people, it's a routine. It's a routine. Anyway, here's what the Journal of Circulation said. They had 34% lower risk of heart disease, 42% lower risk of high blood pressure, 17% lower even in their blood sugars. Sleep. And when you don't sleep, one of the things, and this is according to this study, one of the first things that happens when you don't sleep is your CRP goes up, your C-reactive protein. What is that? That's an inflammatory marker. Don't sleep, your cortisol goes up. Your cortisol goes up, you don't sleep. Vicious cycle. And when you don't sleep, you are elevating your CRP. And we all talked about so many times the damaging effect of inflammation. Disease without a fever, inflammation. It's silent. Most people think of inflammation, they think of pain. Yeah, and that can happen. Someone kicks you in the knee. Yeah, that's inflammation. Yep. But we're talking about chronic inflammation, silent, that destroys your blood vessels, affects your immune system, and all these type of things. So get your sleep. Let the night shift come in. Let the night shift come in and do their job. You're plugging in. And it helps your memory. Okay? Eat. Not only DHA, eat cholesterol. Eat cholesterol. Every day, every day, every day. I get asked, Doc, what about my cholesterol? What about it? I know. What about it? You need it. Doc, my doctor said my cholesterol is high. Yay! That's what we're aiming for. Fathead. Why do you want to have a small brain? You don't want to have a small brain. You want to have a fat brain. Cholesterol. It's found again in the animal kingdom. It's not in the plant kingdom. I'm not saying plants are no good. I'm just telling you they don't have cholesterol. And the whole The cholesterol hoax was made up by cereal companies and pharmaceutical companies. They were in cahoots. They joined forces to lie to you. Boy, it's hard to undo a lie. It's hard to undo it. Can I give you an example? I just off the side, I'm going to go on a little rabbit trail. You know what we know about the virus? And you guys know me. I've said it from the first day. Quit over cleaning. Quit washing the surfaces with antibacterial and antiviral soaps and all these chemical cleaners. What did I tell you? Arrête. That's French. For stop. I said, it's crazy. And, finally, the Center for Disease Control and the World Health Organization said, that's not how you get this virus, okay? By touching, you go into the grocery store and you go to the counter and they're spraying for 10 minutes before you get up there. And I tell the young lady, I feel sorry for you. Stop doing that. You're going to kill. You're not doing nothing for the virus. You think you are, but you know what, guys? It's going to be the new normal. Johnson & Johnson and the rest of them. Oh, yeah, you got to clean. No, you don't. But doesn't matter. I'm not going to be able to change the world, guys. But I'm telling you, that lie will go on and on and on and on. It doesn't matter, if people like me say you don't need to do it, I'm not saying never clean. I'm not saying that. But don't over clean. Be more worried about the estrogen. You're spraying xenoestrogen that you're spraying. That'll kill you. Oh. But it just shows you guys. Cholesterol, they just said it. And people, I'm showing this 1 pound of fat. And people think cholesterol, oh, look what's clogging up the arteries. It's cholesterol. That's what's clogging up, my hoses in my body. It's cholesterol. No, it's not. It's not. Oh, my watch that I don't have is telling me to breathe. I don't have a watch that tells me to breathe. I won't wear one, okay? So eat cholesterol, eat steak, vitamin S, please. The more fat you have on your meat, the better it is. You need cholesterol. Every cell in your body needs cholesterol. Your brain needs cholesterol. Will you please? I don't even mind if you call me fathead. I like it. I take it as a compliment. You see that fatty fish? Eat it. Eat it. Steak. And by the way, here's another thing your brain won't work without. It's a B vitamin. Which one is it? You know. It's B12. B12 is a neurological vitamin. 80% of the population is low in B12. Oh, doc, my B12 is normal. What number is it? It's about 600. No, you're low. People don't get enough B12 because they believe the lie about cholesterol. Oh, I better not eat red meat, or I got to get lean meat. No, you don't. Lean. You can't even get hamburger, for heaven's sakes. The butcher. They've been influenced. Man, you can hardly find, oh, here's some lean hamburger. Why do you want to have lean hamburger? You need B12. It's a neurological vitamin. People, we're talking about protecting your brain and helping it not to age. And we talked about DHA and we talk about cholesterol. And I'm telling you that vitamin S steak, you need that. Why? Because you need B12. I don't care about the other B vitamins. If you eat steak, you get all of them. How do you like that? Oh, doc, should I take a B complex? Why? Eat it. Now you might, if you got very low levels of B12, you better take a supplement of it. And if you don't, I don't like meat. Well, I feel sorry for you. And chicken, ladies, does not have vitamin B12. Chicken's good, but don't have B12. Okay? You need vitamin S. Please. And when I say vitamin S, I mean hamburger. I mean steak. I mean roast beef. Red meat. Lamb. Enjoy. You can't get enough of it. I was telling someone yesterday, because they were asking me, how many days a week, doc? Well, how about 7? What? Yeah, well, how about 7? Okay. Well, you can have chicken once a week. How's that? I think I told you this the other day, and there's a guru, and I like him. I find him to be very, very smart. And he was saying, well, he's got a healthy plate, and he said 75% from the plant kingdom and 25% from the animal kingdom. And I said, Doc, I love you, man. I do. Yeah, I do. But you got it wrong there, man. I said, you got to reverse that. 75% from the animal kingdom, eggs, meat, and cheese, and 25% on your plate from your plant kingdom. Turn it around, Doc. He was very gracious. Well, I was gracious to him. I was just saying, my experience is you got to turn that around. Okay? Anyway. Probiotics. Probiotics. Leaky gut, leaky brain. Leaky gut, leaky brain. Leaky gut. Blood-brain barrier. Remember what that is. That's the connection between your gut and your brain. Your brain will respond to your gut. Now, I'm not necessarily, guys, talking about, when I tell you about leaky gut, I'm not saying you can, a lot of people have leaky gut. They don't have any digestive problems. A lady yesterday was, I think she was on chat with the girls, and she was saying, well, I got a lung thing. And the doctor says, I got a bacteria. And I said, I think you got yeast in your lungs, fungus. You got fungal in your lungs. You get fungus in your sinuses. It's yeast. It's candida. Where did that come from, doc? Your gut. It snuck past the bodyguards. The bacteria, it snuck in. And now it's in your sinuses. Now it's in your brain. Now it's in your lungs. Now it's on your skin. There's no eczema, no psoriasis, no nothing that doesn't start in the gut. Every autoimmune disease starts in the gut. Hippocrates was right. Imagine saying that 2,000 years ago, the father of medicine. said all disease starts in the gut. Boy, oh boy. He wasn't a dummy, I can tell you that. And the more we understand, the more we have to go, hey, Hippocrates, you were pretty sharp because you're way ahead of the curve when it comes to these things. Probiotics, broad spectrum. The more bacteria you do. Remember, you get on a scale, you got 3 pounds of bacteria. And you want that good army. Guys, replenish, replenish, replenish your bacteria. And think of it, when you're taking probiotics, yeah, it helps with everything. But it also helps rebuild the blood-brain barrier. So things like when they see in Parkinson's, when they see that in Parkinson's and MS and that they see this fungus infection in the brain. And remember, yeast will bring heavy metals with them into the brain. They love mercury and lead and cadmium, and they bring it into the brain tissue. Imagine. It gets across the blood-brain barrier when you don't have enough good, friendly bacteria. So use probiotics. I take them every day. I recommend them. You know me. I'm consistent about that. And then vitamin E. Let's finish with this one. Vitamin E. By the way, let me just go back for 1 second because I'm just thinking about something. Sleep. Catch a nap during the day. Catch a nap. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. If you can, please catch a nap during the day. They're showing that is like taking your battery, your phone, and plugging it in during the day just to charge it up again. Guys, they're showing the repair that the glial cells, imagine. Have you ever gone to a baseball game? Major League Baseball game? Okay? Or a hockey game even. When they have those timeouts, in baseball, I think it's around the 5th inning. You see, I always find them fun to watch because in between innings, they race out to the infield. They run in from the outfield, they run in and they sweep up and they fix that infield. And in hockey, they come out of the end boards and they clean, they do a very quick sweep and clean. They take the goalie's crease there and they clean it out. Guys, that's what happens when you have a snooze in the afternoon. Your glial cells, they'll come up and do a little sweep of the garbage that's in your brain. I love that. Oh, Dr. Man, I don't want to have a sleep during the day because then I won't sleep at night. Well, I thought you weren't sleeping at night. Oh, yeah, I don't sleep very well at night. Well, at least have a little bit of a cleanup during the day when you have a snooze. If it's night, I just love to go in the sun. Get my Viderma and get a booster shot. And, it's so good for you. 15, 20 minutes or whatever. Take advantage. Get some sleep. Okay, last one. Vitamin E. Vitamin E, the real one. Exercise. What they're showing in vitamin E, your memory center especially benefits from exercise. And there's been hundreds of studies that have shown the benefits of exercise and your memory. Move. Walk. Now, you know me and exercise. The best exercise in the world is 15 to 20 minutes. Get strong, especially your legs. Your legs have a direct connection. According to research, a direct connection to your brain. Be strong. Start little. If I'm talking to one person here today, and you know you're not as strong as you could be, think of your brain. It's saying, hello, get strong. Because it's invariable. If you are strong, if you are stronger, that's why they're showing, even in 80-year-olds, if they can get stronger, like they're not going to be 20, we understand that. But if they would do vitamin E, they're showing that within a week or two, things start changing already. Changing already. Get strong. Get strong. Get your legs strong. And I love walking. I ask anybody that knows me, I walk a lot. But I also hit the gym, man. I hit the gym. I have a gym in my basement. I hit the gym. I do weights. I want these puppies here. These are bins, I call them. You got lots of room for storage in these things. No, but seriously, I think I do my legs. I know I ain't like I used to be, but I'm still, vitamin E, brain, how to protect yourself from Alzheimer's. Okay. Now, I think I'll post these on the private Facebook group, the list. Cut out your sugars. I'm just going to go over it. Cut out the processed foods. Get your sleep. High DHA. I didn't even mention curcumin. I love curcumin for the brain. Okay? High cholesterol foods, which are found in the animal kingdom. Vitamin E, exercise. Vitamin D, the sun. Nitric oxide, you're in the sun, you get melatonin, that helps sleep. You get nitric oxide, that helps your blood vessels, and you got blood vessels up here too. Take care of them. Vitamin D, Vitamin S, steak, which gives you the B12. Probiotics, leaky gut, leaky brain. Make sure you have enough bouncers with the DHA. They'll bring your good things into your brain to help. Okay. That was fun. Okay, so tomorrow, question and answer. Okay? And if you want the teaching on this, Tony Jr. and I have done a teaching on how to age-proof your brain. You can listen to that teaching by going to our website, okay, at martinclinic.com. Go to the website and you can watch it, okay? You can watch the webinar that we did and listen to it. Refresh your brain. Okay. The Reset, the book, thank you for making it such a wonderful success. We appreciate it. Tony Jr. and I talked about it the other day. He said, Dad, time to write another book. Okay. I could write a book a week, really, okay? Because I just get so charged up. But anyway, I'm working on it. Okay. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.